The first thing we need to do before we start sewing is make a bobbin. Now I already have one that's made right here, a little white bobbin, but I'm going to be using this blue colored thread. So generally you do want your bobbin to match your thread. Okay, so I'm going to be using this little paper right there. I went ahead and just poked that through, just makes it easier. This spool pin, if it was in the down position, which when its machine is traveling, it should be. So I'm just going to gently pull that up to that position. You'll hear a little click. I'm going to put my spool of thread right on that. Now you will notice that there is actually a little diagram on the machine that tells you how to do this. Okay, come through here, the one, cross over there, and then it continues to tell you over here. Okay, so I'm going to take the end of my thread. Following this diagram, I'm going to come up around here. When I come in there, you kind of want to give it like a little floss. I'm going to come around to the left side of that, come back around to the right side of that. Oops. Let me show that again. Okay, so I'm coming up through here, around, and back down. Okay, and now it looks just like this diagram at this point. Okay, now you're going to need your empty bobbin. Okay, you'll notice on the bobbin there are little holes in the bobbin. Okay, there's one right there. So just like it indicates on the little diagram there, you're going to take the end of your tail thread, stick it up through the inside of the bobbin, through that hole to where it is poking out the top of the bobbin. Okay, just like that. Okay, at this point, you're going to put the bobbin right here on the bobbin spool pin. Okay, I'm going to push this over till it makes a little sound. Okay, so it's got a little weight to it, so you have to kind of use a little bit of force, push it over. Okay, at this point you are ready to wind that bobbin. I'm going to start by kind of holding the tail a little bit, and when this is pushed over, this will work. If you don't push this over, then you're not going to be winding anything. Your needle is going to be moving instead. Okay, so once I push the foot pedal, you can see it start to wind. And now I'm just gonna, if that little tail is hanging up in the air, that's fine. We're gonna clip that off later. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep winding that. Now, if you don't want the bobbin to be completely full, you can just stop it whenever you want. That's not a problem. But if I want this bobbin to be completely full, I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, the harder you press down the foot pedal, the faster it will go. Okay, you can see it just kind of stopped there. It's not going anymore. That means it is full. At that point, you simply are going to push that bobbin back. You're going to cut this thread, and then you have yourself a bobbin. So gently take that off. I seem to have no scissors, so I'm just going to cut it with my hands. You don't normally want to do that. I will go back and make that nicer. And there is your bobbin ready to put in your bobbin case. Okay, so next we're going to show you how to insert the bobbin that you made. Okay, my machine is already threaded from the top, and that is, you do need that eventually. You can go ahead and put this in, but you won't be able to draw up your bobbin thread. So first thing you're gonna do is take off this little cover that's here. So it just kind of slides off, comes off like that. Make sure you put it somewhere you can find it. Okay, so here is your bobbin. Your thread should be coming off towards the left side. So it looks kind of like a P. Okay, then you're going to just kind of drop it in that little area. Okay, you can kind of see this area. There are some little metal looking things right there kind of under my fingernail. You're going to be slipping the thread kind of in that little area right here. It's pretty much an automatic thing. If you just kind of take your thread, pull it this way first, and then pull it back, it gets caught right in there. Okay. Okay, here is a closer up view of the bobbin. In this case, I've already got it, and the thread is to the left here. You can see right in here these little metal parts I was referring to. Okay, so if you take your thread and you pull it that way and then pull it back, you can see how it slipped right under that little metal part. Okay, so if I do that again, take it out completely so it'll pop in there right. Once you get that bobbin in there, going to pull your thread that way and pull it back. And it slipped right under there for you. Then you're simply going to pull it through like that. Once you have your bobbin in there, you need to replace your little lid. So that simply slides back on. To get it in there and then push and slide. Now you are ready to sew.